Mr. Vijayasagar Rao, the Parliament has enacted this Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act, which is seen as broadly a working manual to facilitate a smooth division and to also enable further course of action so that the two new entities can smoothly move on the course of development as they deem it fit.
No,
you have been closely following this. To what extent the provisions of this Reorganization Act would enable the realization of the intended objective of smooth division, transition and subsequent takeoff?
In fact, both the states now are put into very difficult, they have to face a lot of difficulties, because particularly in water sector, I will tell you. Earlier, suppose some water is allotted to you, and we were free to develop it and forward a scheme and they get it sanctioned at our level or suitable level. But now everything has to go to central government. Virtually central has taken the entire water resources in its hand. And if you, although for example I am telling you in the Godavari river, we have got some, as per the allocations we have got 900 TMC of water. There is plenty of water is available. But if I want to propose a scheme, I am not free to do it. Immediately I have to send it to Godavari Control Board, and they will send it to Central Water Commission. They will examine whether this water, whatever the little quantity of water, is it uprooting or some denying the putting some difficulties to the Andhra side.
No,
they have sent it to Apex body, which is chaired by the Union Minister and two Chief Ministers. That means if, for unnecessary, whether it is a Andhra or a Telangana, both have to undergo this sort of difficulties, and it will take a lot of time.
But the emerging reality, Mr. Rao, is that the water river water disputes have really become a serious bone of contention between neighbors, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, maybe Andhra and Telangana, hopefully not. But whatever the mechanism they have suggested for proper sharing of Krishna and Godavari river waters between the new state of Telangana and the resident state of Andhra Pradesh, do you find that it's okay, or some tinkering or modification here and there? And if so and all, do you expect the two new governments to work it out in a harmonious give and take manner?
We have to do it, otherwise there is no other way. Simply both the governments, they have to cooperate with each other. If they do not want this scheme also, they both should go to the central government and they should tell that this scheme is not okay, at least you give this sort of relaxation. Otherwise, with the prevailing atmosphere, no, I don't see any other solution other than central government putting these river boards, control boards, on each and every scheme they are putting in their control, unless both the governments want to come forward and they say we will settle many of these issues among otherwise with the suspicious nature of each hitting the other, then I think there is no other way now except to accept whatever the system which has been given in the Act.
Thank you. Dr. Jay Prakash, it's acknowledged that you have been in the forefront of speaking for the cause of the most backward regions of both Telangana as well as Himandra, that includes North Coastal and Rayalaseema and some backward regions of Andhra Pradesh. It subsequently resulted in that they did get some concessions and some packages and all. Maybe the nitty-gritty has to be worked out further. To what extent you are hopeful that this Reorganization Act and the provisions contained therein and the assurance given by the Honorable Prime Minister of that time, Dr. Manmohan Singh, by when they would be translated into actionable reality and by when we start reaping the benefits?
There are three kinds of provisions that have been contemplated. What I have argued in the Assembly and subsequently pleaded with the then governing party and main opposition party was A, ensure that the revenue deficits of the region that is going to lose out are met for the time being. B, ensure that the tax concessions are available in backward regions, and we have given impressive documentation to show why it is justified relative to the other states which are getting such concessions like Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal and other states. And C, ensure that there is a special package to develop the backward regions. All these in principle are conceded, but because of political considerations, they made a mess of it. See, in a federal India, you cannot now unilaterally say from Delhi that I want to support this state. You have to give grounds. There are at least 7 states which are now in the queue ahead of Andhra Pradesh to get special category status. And that's why I insisted that only the North Coastal Andhra and Rayalaseema should be given that dispensation, because the objective conditions and the statistics support that. But because there is a political upmanship, they made Mrs. Sonia Gandhi make a sudden pronouncement that for all of Andhra Pradesh will do it. It's probably unlikely to happen in that manner. Now we have to revisit that. The basic objective is threefold. revenue deficit should not really hamper the new states. 2, there must be industrial stimulus in both the states, particularly in the backward regions, given the fact that Hyderabad and Hyderabad alone got the benefit in the past. And C, the backward regions infrastructure must be improved. Now, in what manner, by what name, what scheme, these are matters of detail. These 3 broad criteria we all approve, and I think they can be worked out, but they require a lot of detailing. The Planning Commission, the Finance Commission, the Finance Ministry of Government of India, and various other ministries, they must all be on board, and both the states must work together with the Government of India.
So more to be taken up on this debate. That includes the implications of having a common capital for 10 years and the leadership of 2 Chandras, the Chandrababu Naidu on one side and the Chandrasekhar Rao on the other. What do they convey? What will be their working style? Finally, what are the strategies they are going to adopt? And also the impact of the freebies that both the leaders have offered to the people in the run-up to the recent assembly elections and all. What would it mean to the fledgling states, these 2 states that we will visit after a small break?